Sitting here at the start of a new league season, how are you feeling? You happy with everything that's gone into the preparation of the pre-season?
Yeah, you set out to get through in the cup competition first and foremost. I've made no secret of the how early it comes around when you haven't got your squad together yet. In an ideal world, we would have got our players in earlier to work with, but we've got the players in we wanted, and that'll take maybe a little bit of time for everyone to gel and everyone to get up to speed, especially the boys that have come up from England who haven't had a lot of game time, haven't really had a pre-season. But we've certainly got the players in we wanted, and we're looking forward to it. We already have a core of a very, very good squad who are ready to go, and as I say, look forward to Sunday.
We all know what this team have achieved, punched above their weight over the last few seasons. What's the aim this year in the league?
Well, you've got to try and do it again. Out with Rangers and Celtic, we're the only team that have had 3 top 6 finishes, so that's a huge challenge for us now. The landscape is getting more and more difficult to do this when you look at the investment into the clubs, the bigger clubs in the country. In reality, they should all finish in the top 6, but that's, football's not played on paper and finance books, and we have to upset the odds and be in a position that if somebody doesn't do their job, that is expected of them, that we're able to take advantage of that, which we've done the last 3 seasons.
And you fancy yourselves, you fancy the boys here, the squad you've got, you believe you've got the ability to reach the top 6 once more?
Yeah, I've huge belief in the players. As I say, we've got a core of players who have done that over the last 3 years. Probably 14, 15 of them have been regularly involved in that. And we believe we've added more quality, more pace, and different options from the bench as well that perhaps we didn't have. People coming back to fitness again, like Conor McMenamin, keeping Roland Adua, who I think can be a top footballer, Killian Phillips. So we believe we've done well in keeping the boys that we wanted and adding to the squad, but you need a little bit of luck, you need a little bit of fortune to go your way, and if it does, and why not try and do it 4 years in a row.
Do you feel there's increased expectations every year you do get a top 6 place, do you?
Yeah, I believe that there is, yeah. Now it seems to be that we are expected to get top 6, and people talking that we should be challenging for Europe, and that certainly isn't based on the infrastructure or the finances of the football club. It's based on the players, and that's credit to them. Credit to the staff, the support staff as well, because we've got a very small support staff who do a lot of work in the background that people don't see. The girls in the offices as well who put all the transfers together. They're, sometimes it's them on their own to midnight. Doing things for the new players that come in, stupid little things like getting their mobile phones, getting their flats, getting their kids into nursery. So together as a small team, but a very good team, we believe we've raised the expectations, and if we need to do the same again, we need to defy the odds.
Tell us more about the challenges of a new manager bringing in 6, 7, 8 new players in during the summer.
It's a challenge because of the stage they've come in. If we get them in for a full pre-season, that's fine. You're able to get them as fit as you want. You're able to coach them the way you want. We've had a lot of incomes now in the last 10 days. So, there's boys that won't be up to speed in terms of match practice, and also with the detail that we want them to play with, they won't have that. But then, they'll grow into that. We expect that to naturally come as the season progresses, and we've certainly got very strong options from the bench, that we haven't always had. I think we did between Christmas and the end of the season. You could see the difference our subs made. And we believe that we've got real competition and 21 first team players. We've got Evan Mooney, who just got over an ankle injury, starting to come back again. Scored a hat-trick for the kids the other night as well, and we've got young Fraser Taylor, who's done very, very well in pre-season in a new position. So we count them as first team players, and we believe we've got 21 game ready players to play in the first team.
I think you finished with the champions last season and you're starting with them this season again. That's a challenge, yeah?
Somebody's certainly testing us, I know that. I think our first 4 games were against the top 3 in the league last year, and Hearts in the cup, but you have to play people at some stage. We haven't lost a game to anybody in the top 6, and we got a point at Celtic Park, so we're there to spoil the Flag Day. We're not there to make up numbers, and I'd like to think that Brendan knows we will come and we will have a real go and try and put them under pressure, but we know the task we face. We give them total respect. They're not champions for no reason. Arguably the best team in the country. Not arguably, they are the best team in the country. So we have to be at the very best and the very top of our game to get anything out of it.
Given how well you've done in the last few seasons, Stephen, is the mentality, not just the expectation, but the mentality around the club changed from being a club who were, trying to fight off relegation every year? Do you now feel in here that you're a club that should be in the top 6 every year because of what you've achieved, and that you're really pushing on and looking to a higher place finish rather than just kind of trying to stay in the league?
Yeah, I think based on the playing squad we've got, and the staff, as I've alluded to, we've got a small staff, both office staff and playing staff, and they do a job and a half, and they allow us to be in this position. Infrastructure wise, we have absolutely no divine right to be in the top 6. We're making small improvements to everything in the football club, things that people don't see. They only see the end product on the pitch, the training ground, even the security at the training ground, ice baths, probably things that most top 6 clubs take for granted we haven't had. And we're trying to enhance the club so that there's a real bedding for the future, that you will have a season, 2 seasons maybe that you don't achieve what you want to achieve, but the basis is there, to build again, the infrastructure and the academy. All these things have been put together because of the relative success of this group of players.
Quite a tough start. You get the Old Firm, I think, twice in the first 3 games, and Motherwell under a new manager. Is it something you kind of you're anxious about, or do you just get really excited about it?
No, you have to embrace it. I think if you watch my teams play, they don't play with fear. We play on the front foot. We press every team. And we try and play, we try and pass. We've got real energy and pace in the team, real creativity in the team. And from Christmas onwards, you've seen what we were about. I don't think there'll be any team that relishes playing us, and that's the way we have to make it. We can't come away from a team, and suddenly we're a team that just plays in front of people. We have to go at people, we have to play in behind people, and we have to play with the pace and energy that we have on the side. And we certainly don't fear anybody. We embrace it and we look forward to it. And I think the group of players, they come in every day believing that they can win every football match.
Is there a real hunger to get the league campaign started again, just with the success of last season and previous ones after that? Or a different sort of feeling to the league campaign compared to the cup competitions?
The cup competition comes way too early. We've signed, I think, 4 or 5 players that potentially could be starters for us that aren't involved in the cup competition. So it's now, over the coming weeks, it really kicks in. There's no bigger game than Celtic away on the first day of the season, live on TV. And now, I feel there's a little different feel about this week, a different feel in training. The intensity's gone up, maybe 10% already. And people are right up for it, really looking forward to it. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge to do what we've done previously, but one we want to embrace.
And you spoke about the transfer window business that you've done. Are you looking to do some more, bring some more boys in, or are you quite happy?
You're always looking, if it's somebody you're bringing in that has to enhance the squad or the starting 11. Enhancing our starting 11 is very, very difficult. We have a small budget, but arguably, it's the way they play is probably double what we actually put into it because of their desire and their quality. So if I'm bringing somebody in, they have to be better than what we've got, or at least be different than what we've got. So I'm always on the lookout. We're always looking to see what can be done. And naturally people will move on as well out of the squad in the coming weeks.
So it's a very challenging start to the season, as you've said, Stephen. Do you think it's something of an opportunity in amongst that, kind of set the tone for the season moving forward, like a lot of positive results that can really, as I say, set the tone for what the rest of the season might look like?
Yeah, we've done it both ways. I think we had the best start in St Mirren's history the season before, and a poor start after our European games last year. And we still managed to finish top 6 in Europe both years. Top 6 both years, sorry. So I don't think you get too caught up in the early results, even if you win them all. It's a long season with ups and downs, and I believe we maintain a calmness in defeat and a calmness in winning. We don't get too carried away. That's for the fans to do that. That's what they pay their money for. They get very, very excited when we win and very disappointed when we lose, which is their right. I have to keep a calmness and make sure everybody's still going in the right direction.
Do you want to tell us about this new boy you're going to sign this afternoon, Malik, is that right?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing him in, Stephen? What's he going to bring to the squad?
We've tried, we knew from Christmas onwards we didn't have the wide players. With Connor being injured, we didn't have the wide players that could, change games for us, and then 1v1 situations, the tight games where we had to take the game to teams. A lot of teams came and respected us and set in. And we didn't have that 1v1 ability out with Ryan Alabusu, really, that went past people. So we believe Malik brings that real pace, a real exciting signing for us. He comes match ready because he's been playing at Cork as well the last 3 games. So I believe he's someone that will again add to the squad, and he's got a fight to get into the team. You know, there's no guarantees with any of the 21 players, but certainly he adds a new dimension to what we have.